Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Christmas is a very popular time of year, but it is also full of interesting differences. It is a holiday that brings together many ideas that might seem to conflict. For example, Christmas mixes religion with a lot of shopping. It also blends very old traditions with newer ones. This mix makes Christmas unique and sometimes confusing. We celebrate the birth of a baby, Jesus, who lived a simple life. The story of his birth teaches about not needing many material things. However, during Christmas, many people around the world buy countless gifts. They spend a large amount of money on new items for their family and friends. This difference is a key part of the Christmas experience. It feels like two different worlds coming together in one holiday. This special mix, where old ways meet new trends and simple stories meet commercial activity, makes Christmas a paradox. A paradox is something that seems impossible because its parts do not agree, but it is actually true. Christmas is a time for thinking about peace and family, but it is also a time of busy stores, bright lights, and many advertisements. This book will explore these many different sides of Christmas. We will travel through time to understand its long and complex history. We will see how Christmas changed step by step. It began from very old winter celebrations before Christianity. Then it became a Christian holiday. After that, it was shaped and reshaped many times. It turned into the big, modern holiday that people celebrate all over the world today. By carefully looking at Christmas, we can discover more than just facts about the holiday itself. We can learn important things about how different cultures grow and change. We can understand how people find meaning in their daily lives. We can see how old customs stay important and how new ones appear and become part of our lives. This journey will help us understand ourselves better, too, and why Christmas holds such a strong place in the hearts of so many, despite all its different parts. 2. Old winter parties. Long ago, before Christmas, people celebrated big winter parties. These parties were very important in the Northern Hemisphere. They happened around the winter solstice, the shortest day and longest night of the year, near December 21st. Ancient people feared this time. Days grew shorter, and they worried the sun might not return. To help the sun come back, people held special festivals. They used fire, light, and food. These rituals were a way to encourage the sun to make the days longer again. One important festival was the Roman Saturnalia. It happened in late December. Saturnalia honored Saturn, the god of wealth and farming. During this time, many normal rules changed. Masters sometimes served their slaves, and gambling was allowed. People wore colorful clothes and exchanged small gifts, called sigillaria, like figurines and candles. A temporary king, the Saturnalius princeps, even ruled for a short time. This festival brought light and fun, and people believed it helped the sun return. In Northern Europe, Germanic and Celtic people celebrated Yule. While many details are unknown, Yule also used fire and special foods. People burned large Yule logs, believing this would keep the sun strong and help it return. Yule celebrations often lasted for 12 days, marking the turning of the year. Later, as Christianity spread, the Church noticed these popular winter festivals. It chose to celebrate Jesus' birth on December 25th. This date made Christmas more popular and helped new Christians keep some old traditions. The Church did not stop these pagan parties. Instead, it changed their meaning. For instance, the Yule log, holly, and ivy became Christmas decorations, but with new Christian symbolism. Many ancient traditions thus became part of Christmas. Over time, people forgot their original pagan roots, and this blending helped Christmas become a major holiday. 3. The story of Jesus' birth. The Gospels of Matthew and Luke tell us about the birth of Jesus. These are two important books in the Christian Bible. They give different details about this special event. One Gospel, written by Matthew, tells us about wise men from the east. They followed a special star that led them to find the new king, Jesus. King Herod, who ruled the area, was worried about this new king. He tried to trick the wise men into telling him where Jesus was. After the wise men left, Joseph, Mary's husband, had a dream. An angel told him to take his family, Mary and baby Jesus, to Egypt. This was to keep Jesus safe from King Herod, who had a bad plan to hurt all baby boys in the town of Bethlehem. Another gospel, written by Luke, tells a slightly different story. It says that Mary and Joseph traveled to Bethlehem for a government count, called a census. When they arrived, all the inns were full. So Mary gave birth to Jesus in a simple place, like a stable, and put him in a manger, which is a feeding trough for animals. Shepherds were watching their sheep in the fields nearby. An angel visited them and announced the good news of Jesus' birth. These two stories have different details. Historians who study old records find that some parts of these stories do not appear in other historical writings. For example, there is no other clear record of King Herod ordering the killing of many baby boys. Also, the date December 25th for Jesus' birth was chosen much later by church leaders. It was not the actual date of his birth. They picked this date to help new Christians. They wanted Christmas to be on the same day as older winter festivals that people already celebrated. The Gospels of Matthew and Luke were not written to be exact history books. They were written to show that Jesus was a very special person. They wanted to teach people about his important spiritual meaning. Both Gospels tell of a miraculous birth, saying that Mary was a virgin when she became pregnant. These accounts were meant to highlight Jesus' divine nature, showing that he was God's Son. So, while we read these stories today, we understand that their main purpose was to share a powerful message of faith. They teach us about Jesus' importance and his special place in the Christian story. 4. A holiday band. After the early Christian times, Christmas changed. In the Middle Ages, it was not a quiet day. Instead, it became a huge, wild party. This celebration lasted for 12 days, from Christmas Day to a day called Epiphany. People ate many foods and had grand banquets. There was music and plays. Sometimes people even chose a Lord of Misrule who could make fun of important people for a short time. These parties were a way to let people have fun and forget strict rules for a while. Homes and churches were decorated with holly and ivy, just as in older winter festivals. It was a time of joy and indulgence for many. However, this changed when a religious group called the Puritans became very strong. They thought Christmas was wrong. The Puritans believed that the Bible did not say people should celebrate Christmas. They saw the holiday as too much about drinking, eating, and wild parties, not about religion. They felt it was a pagan celebration, not a Christian one. Because of these strong beliefs, the Puritans decided to stop Christmas. In England, in the year 1652, the government banned Christmas celebrations. It was against the law to have special Christmas meals or plays. People could not celebrate publicly. Many families tried to celebrate in secret, but it was hard. This ban also came to America, especially in places like New England, where many Puritans lived. In colonial Massachusetts, celebrating Christmas was not allowed. The Puritans there did not want anyone to celebrate. They wanted people to focus on work and prayer, not on holidays they thought were sinful. For a time, Christmas almost disappeared in these places. It was a holiday that many believed had become too much about human fun and not enough about God. The Puritans wanted to erase it completely. 5. A new kind of Christmas. The way people celebrated Christmas changed greatly in the 1800s. After earlier times when the holiday was banned or became a wild party, a new feeling for Christmas began. It became a time for families, filled with kindness and love. One very important person who helped change Christmas was the writer Charles Dickens. He wrote a famous story called A Christmas Carol in 1843. This book told the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, a man who was not kind. But on Christmas Eve, he learned to be good and to help others. This story made many people think about Christmas in a new way. It taught that Christmas was a time for being generous, showing love, and caring for people who were poor. Dickens's story became very popular and helped shape how people celebrated. Another big change came from the royal family in England. Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, was from Germany. In the 1840s, he brought a German tradition to England, the Christmas tree. Before this, most English families did not have Christmas trees. But when a picture of the Queen, Prince Albert, and their children around a decorated tree was published, everyone wanted one. Soon, Christmas trees became very popular in homes across England and later in America. With these new ideas, Christmas slowly became a quieter, more personal holiday. It was less about big, noisy public parties and more about family life. Parents focused on their children, giving them gifts and spending time together. The idea of Christmas was to show love within the family and to be kind to everyone, especially those who were not rich or happy. People started to believe that Christmas was a special season to remember what was truly important: human connection and helping others. This helped to bring Christmas back after it had been almost forgotten by some. It turned Christmas into a holiday of warmth, peace, and goodwill. 6. Santa and shopping. The modern Santa Claus we know today did not always look the same. His story began with an old Dutch figure named Sinterklaas. The Dutch brought Sinterklaas traditions to America, specifically to New Amsterdam, which is now New York. Over time, Sinterklaas changed into the English-speaking Santa Claus. A very important moment for Santa was in 1823. A famous poem called A Visit from St. Nicholas was published. People also know it as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." This poem described Santa as a happy, round man. It said he traveled in a sleigh pulled by reindeer and brought gifts down chimneys. This poem created many of the details we now believe about Santa Claus. Later, big shops and stores started to use Santa. In the late 1800s, department stores realized that Christmas was a great chance to sell things. They made big Santa displays and held parades. These events brought many people into their stores to start their Christmas shopping. For example, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade made Santa the main figure who started the holiday shopping season. One of the most famous companies to use Santa was Coca-Cola. In the 1930s, Coca-Cola began a large advertising campaign with Santa Claus. They hired an artist named Haddon Sundblom to draw Santa for their advertisements. Sundblom's pictures showed Santa as a jolly man in a red suit with a white beard. He carried a sack full of gifts. These images were everywhere, in magazines and on billboards. Coca-Cola did not invent the red suit, but their many advertisements made this look famous all over the world. Because of Santa's new image and the efforts of businesses, Christmas changed. It became the biggest shopping season of the year. People felt they had to buy gifts for family and friends. Shops created special Christmas products, like toys and decorations. The idea of a perfect Christmas, full of gifts and beautiful things, made people want to spend more. This strong focus on buying and selling turned Christmas into a huge economic event. The holiday was no longer only about its original meanings, it was also about buying and consumption. 7. Why Christmas is still here. Christmas today is very much about buying and selling. Shops are full of things, and advertisements are everywhere, telling us what to buy. But even with all this focus on products and gifts, people still love Christmas very much. It has a strong power over billions of people around the world. Why does it stay so important and loved, even with so much commercialism? One big reason is that Christmas gives us a special break from our normal lives. Most days are often busy with work, school, and many daily tasks. Christmas offers a time when we can stop this routine. It is a period set aside to focus on other things, like being with family and friends. For a short time, it is okay to forget about being constantly productive and instead just relax and enjoy ourselves. This break from daily pressures is very important for mental well-being for many people. It allows a moment of collective pause. The holiday also truly helps us connect with the people we care about. It is a time for families to come together, often from long distances. Grandparents, parents, children, and cousins share meals and laughter. Friends meet up, exchange small gifts, and share happy memories. These gatherings help us feel close to others and build a strong sense of community. This shared time strengthens our personal bonds and makes us feel less alone in the world. Christmas also comes at the darkest time of the year in many places, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. The days are short and the nights are long and often cold. Christmas lights, bright decorations, warm fires, and glowing candles bring much-needed brightness and warmth. This tradition of lighting up the darkness started many, many years ago as people celebrated the sun coming back after the winter solstice. Even now, this light helps to make the dark winter feel more hopeful and cheerful. It is like a promise that brighter, warmer days will eventually return. Finally, Christmas helps people think about what is truly important in their lives. Even if someone is not religious and does not celebrate the birth of Jesus, the holiday still brings stories and feelings about being kind, being generous, and caring for others. It can inspire people to think about how to be better, to forgive, and how to help those who might be less fortunate. It offers a chance to look inside ourselves and find deeper meaning beyond everyday worries and material things. This special mix of old traditions, precious family time, and a quiet search for purpose keeps Christmas alive and strong for everyone, year after year. 8. What's next for Christmas? Christmas is a holiday always changing. It blends old ideas with new, religious feelings with buying things. What will Christmas be like in the future? It will likely adapt as our world changes. Its long history proves it can remain important. One future could see more globalization. This means Christmas traditions might spread to many countries. Simultaneously, it could become even more focused on buying. People might prioritize shopping and gifts over other meanings. Another possibility is a more secular Christmas. People might celebrate for social reasons, like family gatherings, not religious ones. Traditions like decorated trees and lights could stay, but the focus would be on community and fun, not Jesus' birth story. We might also see Christmas split into different types. Some will have a religious Christmas, others a secular one. Some may celebrate without buying much, while others will enjoy the commercial side. This mix shows Christmas has many meanings. Its contradictions are a major strength. It is unlikely Christmas will disappear. Its roots are deep. It serves many functions, like bringing light in winter and connecting families. These are important to people. The holiday helps us reflect on life's meaning. The key question is how Christmas will change. Will new technologies like artificial intelligence create fresh ways to celebrate? Will climate change alter winter traditions? As the world diversifies, will Christmas blend with even more cultures? People will probably always gather, light the dark winter, exchange gifts, and share stories. These ancient desires are part of human nature. Christmas helps fulfill these needs. It shows our ability to create meaning from history and culture. What part of Christmas do you think will change the most in the next 50 years?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.